All right, guys. So welcome to the 2011 StarCityGames.com Open Series announcement. I am here with Patrick Chapin and Matt Sperling. Yes, fantastic personalities, and we're here to talk about the StarCityGames.com Open Series. And like I said, we have two invitationals next year on June 3rd and December 9th. In Indianapolis for June, and then we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina for December. Both of those are going to be $50,000 invitationals, as we will be enjoying on December 3rd in Richmond. And let's see, I guess first up is is the fact that we're going to be having draft challenges on Sunday. What do you guys think about that?
And not just one draft challenge. It looks like there's going to be two per Sunday.
Right, so we're talking like 60 draft challenges for $1,100 a piece. You said, like, and the attendance on those is just capped to 64 for each one, right?
That is correct.
Wow. So it's just like 8 people draft, and the winner of each draft does one more draft.
Yep.
So if you can win 2 drafts, first place is $500.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad for it. You have to win 2 drafts to win $500.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean,
so I can hear the moto grinders drooling right now.
So like, if you get, it's like 8 4s, but you win 2 8 4s in a row and you win 500. Second is 200. Wow, there's like, all right.
it's also great because you got standard on Saturday. On Sunday, I mean, I know when I went to the Los Angeles one this year, I wanted to play the Legacy Open. Some friends of mine only play standard and draft. You know, they don't have a Legacy deck yet. I was able to loan a couple decks out, but some people couldn't play. I think the draft challenges are great. You know, it's just a slot that those people can just play standard on Saturday, draft all day Sunday. It's just perfect.
Absolutely. We're upping the prizes for the Standard Open on Saturday to, I believe it's 6,400. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from up to 58 to 64. So this is the part where I go, would you just please, they're not 5Ks. They're really not.
You're talking about the 17Ks?
Yeah. The
17K
5K
weekends?
Like, because you know, at this point we've moved way beyond 5Ks. We started with 5Ks, but we said, you know what, we're going to keep adding prizes. People need to be recognized all the way down to 32nd place.
And that's just cash. And there's points. I mean, the points are actually so valuable. You've got they made the one invitational into 2 invitationals, but they haven't split the prize up. It's the same amount of prizes.
Doubled them.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50,000 in the mid-year. It's 50,000 at the end of the year. And so those points are going to be valuable.
And those points are valuable because something is changing. Let's first cover the invitational. The invitational used to be based on how many points you got. Well, what we're going to change is the top 8 will now be qualified for the upcoming invitational of any Open Series. Basically, they're slot based now. So the top 8 will get a slot. There'll be 8 slots for Open. The draft challenge, the first place of the draft challenge, will get a slot in the invitational.
Oh, nice.
And all other invitational qualifications are going to be through the StarCityGames.com Players Club. Oh, snap!
What, pray tell, is that?
Oh, crap. By all means, you have the information. I will let either of you bust it. I've been working on this for a long time. Super proud of this. Whenever you're ready.
All right, so the points break down for each of the, but you still get the points the same way with depending on where you finish, first, second, third, fourth.
That's correct.
And this includes 10 points. So you get actually for the Standard Open, it starts with 25 points for first, continuing all the way down. 32nd gets 3 points, and then participation gets a point right off the top.
And the draft challenges that have just been introduced, that there's points associated with those as well. 10 points for first, 5 for second. You know, all the way down to 1 point for the top 8. There's not going to be a participation point for those, because you know participation is capped to 64, but there's points available there too.
And then the points get used you can be level 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to level 8, depending on how many Star City Games points you get. 4 points, you end up getting, you have sleeves provided for you. At level 2, there's 15 points. You get free entry into a constructed open per week, into one of the opens per weekend. So then you're just, you know, you're on the gravy train, so to speak.
You're on the free roll already,
right.
Like on level 2.
Yeah. Plus, you qualify for the invation if you hadn't qualified already.
You qualify for the next one. So.
For one of the 2. Remember, there's 2 now.
Yeah.
And then 30 points, you just get invited to you get to play in all constructed opens for free every time, and you're qualified for every invitational.
And that was 30 points. You said?
Yeah, that's at 30 points. Level 4 with 40 points, you get a bye at every constructed open. Which
there's several. We're looking at the schedule.
Yeah. I mean, when these rounds, you know, sometimes there's 8 to 9 rounds per open, and all of a sudden you start 1-0, and that just means, you know, or there's 10 rounds.
It's huge. Yeah, every one buys like 2 for a Grand Prix because I mean, there's just so many fewer rounds. It's
right,
it's a good price.
and it's not the type of thing like at a Grand Prix, you know how there's just hundreds and hundreds of people who have buys? This is going to be the type of thing where there aren't hundreds and hundreds of people who have buys, so it's not going to like, it doesn't put people at a major disadvantage who don't have the buys. It's just a nice bonus for the few people who do, you know?
Yeah.
Who are out there going to tournaments week in and week out.
Yeah.
And then level 5, 50 points, two buys at all constructed opens. And then level 6, this keeps going, 75 points. You get $100 appearance fees. And these are all cumulative. This is all, like, it carries all the way down.
Like
so you get the buys, you get the sleeves, you get the free entry, you get invited to the
It slices, it dices, you get the Ginsu knife. Go on.
Slap chap. So, yeah, I mean, you get, you know, for the whole weekend you show up and you get $100 at level 6.
Yeah, for each open, and you're invited to everything. For each open weekend, right? Yep.
That's correct.
And then there's 2 more levels. So
It keeps
level
going.
7 at 100 points, there are $250 appearance fees.
That replaces level 6. That's the only one that actually replaces a level.
Well, 2 buys replaces 1, I assume.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So 2 buys replaces 1, 250 replaces 100. You know, you're basically doubling yourself up, even more than doubling up once you reach level 7. Now, level 8 though,
Let's talk about level 8.
We tried to get something really saucy for level 8 because if you're a level 8 pro, you know you're known. You're
I'm
named.
excited about this one. Go ahead.
At 125 points, you, in addition to the $250 appearance fees every weekend and free entry into everything,
And 2 buys.
invitationals, and 2 buys, and sleeves, and the Ginsu knives, you also get a play set. That's 4 copies of each new regular set release. You know, for each of the like all the main sets, all the expansions.
Not mythic rares though.
Yeah, no, the mythic rares.
Mythic rares too?
Like you don't get the precons and stuff. You get like you get World Wake, Rise of the Eldrazi, M11, Scars of Mirrodin. Like,
Yeah.
You get whichever like as they come out.
But I mean that's really exciting for a standard play. For any player, just to not have to worry when new sets coming out. You're actually excited about getting all the new cards instead of.
I mean, that's
literally
just
just
no
ship you
expenditure at all,
4x of the entire new set every time one is released. Your name will be on a magical list, and we will ship them for free to your house.
So let's talk about how long does that is that benefit till the end of the season? Is it for a year?
It is for a year. Basically, at the end of the year, you're going to lock in your level. So at the end of the year, let's say you had 125 points, then you would get 4x of each set for the upcoming year. Your points will reset to 0 at the start of the next year, but your level will remain the same. Does that make sense?
Well, that's amazing.
Okay, so between 250, let's say, like with $250 appearance fees and the 4x of the sets, like even if you only like, I mean, I guess it almost like becomes more and more worth it to just like fly wherever to go to them because if you lock in $250 appearance fees and
The cards are
every
playing with
entry
it
is free and all the cards are free.
You got sleeves.
Sleeves are free.
Sleeves for you, man.
So, and 2 buys.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I mean, okay, how do you even factor how much the 2 buys are worth? Because outside of what the 2 buys are worth,
That is an intangible that
right?
is
Then you
very
end up.
lucrative for
I can't even figure it with the
seems
juice.
like level 8's got to be worth 10K, right? Because like if you go to 20 events, $250 appearance fees is 5,000. 4 play sets. I mean, a play set of 4 different sets that come out during the year.
Absolutely.
That's. And then 2
Substantial.
buys and then free entry to everything.
So yeah, so I mean,
For example, I believe Scars sold for about $1,000 per playset
That's
for a 4x. So, you know, like for the entire set. So you can just imagine that over the year, you know, like that. Yeah, it adds up. And also, for what it's worth, we went back to level 1. You only have to attend 2 open weekends to start getting free sleeves at every event.
Yeah, that's just attending. Yeah.
Every event.
Just
Every
for
weekend.
participation
You
points.
start getting free sleeves at every weekend. On Saturday, we'll give you some sleeves for your deck, so you can make sure you don't have any marks or or scuffs or anything that will get you in trouble with the judges. You know, that is easily attainable. That is two weekends you attend, or that is doing decent at either open on one weekend. That's top 32, top 16.
Plus, I mean, from looking at it, first of all, there's more points in the system because of the fact that like the standard one got buffed where the first place is 25 points now.
That's correct.
And there's a draft challenge. There's 2 draft
Second
challenges
place
per
is
weekend now.
Draft challenges added points as well.
Yeah, each draft challenge it looks like adds 4, 6, 10, 15. Yeah, there's an extra 50 points every weekend added from draft challenges, and then there's like 29 or 30 open weekends over the course of the year.
Something like that.
So, I mean,
We've not released
you
the
guys
final number
consider-
of the weekend, but with that said,
You guys concerned at all about points inflation? I mean, like.
well, you know, I really wanted to help make a program, you know, here at Star City. we put our heads together. We wanted to make something that was really cool just for the players. The people who like to show up and game, like this is the thing for them. Like all of a sudden, if you want to show up and game, it's important not to have pay an entry fee. It's important to have sleeves through deck. It's important to get by so you don't waste your trip and so you can sort of have a bit of a head start. If you're someone who is so dedicated that you're getting these points, I wanted to make it important to know your point total, to know your level, and to make it mean something. And as you go up the chain, then we just start paying you for showing up.
Absolutely, I think, and people have asked about the PTQ season. People have the complaint that the people that travel around and play in all these different PTQs and top 8, several of them, they're not really rewarded at the end of the season unless they happen to have a ratings queue. I mean, I think this really puts the incentives there for people to travel around, not just go to the one that's nearest to you, but if you're the type of person that wants to travel around, I mean, the incentives are right here.
So, like, I mean, like, even if you're, like, I mean, I don't know, I'm looking at it, the fact that you even still get 5 points for top 16, I don't know, just seems like add up just like grinding it out each weekend,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's also especially nice for people who don't have a PTQ in their area every single weekend. There's some people, like depending on which region, some regions there's going to be weekends where you'd like to go to a PTQ, but there's nothing within a couple hours or something as well. And this definitely pays a little bit better in terms of, cash in your hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, basically, when I was, just your average player, I was a grinder, and I would travel to infinite events within 4 to 5 hours of my house, and I never got any kickbacks for that. And I said, you know what? If there are those who are hardcore enough to go to our events as much as possible, then we need to make sure they are rewarded, and that's how this works.
What about all there's other events too? Like there's a 2HG each day. Like just in terms of side events, there's Two-Headed Giant each day. There's a Legacy Challenge on Saturday, sort of a preamble to the Legacy on Sunday.
Correct.
And then there's just 8-man tournaments, 8-man drafts all day.
8-man winning boxes.
8-man winning boxes.
And I believe we have an EDH 4-man that we run as well. With that said, let's go ahead and just start some actual dates, and these will pop up on your screen as we talk about them. First will be January 8th. Which will be Kansas City in the center of the country. Next up will be January 15th, which is in Santa Clara.
San Jose
in the west side of the country, which is nice. On February 5th, we will be in Indianapolis, which will be the same place we will be on June 3rd for the Invitational. On February 26th, we'll be in Washington, D.C. We have a date for March 5th. We're almost ready to announce where that is. We will have an open series on the 5th. Stay tuned for that. On March 12th, we'll be in Memphis, Tennessee, in my home state. On March 19th, we'll be in Fort Worth, Texas. On March 26th, we'll be in Los Angeles.
My home city.
Heyo. On April 2nd, we'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. On April 16th, we'll be in Boston, Massachusetts.
Paul Riesel's home city.
On April 30th, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina. On May 7th, we'll be in Orlando, Florida. And on May 21st, we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, which is then followed on June 3rd by the Invitational in Indianapolis. And I can't tell you any more. But we got big surprises actually for the last half of the year. I can't tell you guys. That was too much. That said, we're totally excited about this schedule. As you can see, we're upping our dates almost twice as many as we did last year. So yeah, we're going to be busy.
More dates, more prizes, the new Players Club. A lot of exciting news.
It's going to be really sick.
Wait, I didn't see anything about the Ginzu knives.
Where's level 9 plus Ginzu, right?
Anybody want to see second place? Second place is the set of steak knives.
Awesome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is your schedule for the 2011 StarCityGames.com Open Series. The Players Club is here. The Open will be hitting your town, or at least your area, soon. We hope you show up. Thanks again.
See you there.